Anything you want was down in Fillmore. Because you've never been to California till you've been to Fillmore. And that's why I always called it Little Harlem. After I got older and seeing Harlem on TV in New York. And Fillmore is just like a little Harlem.
That was lifelong Fillmore resident Darnay McPherson. I'm Jeff, and this is Storied San Francisco. Every week on this podcast, you'll hear from bartenders, photographers, business owners, and other San Franciscans, telling stories, sharing personal histories, and trying to put into words what makes this city so special. Welcome to episode 24. Darnay grew up in the Fillmore during the jazz era. He graduated high school a little too late to frequent the jazz joints in the neighborhood, but his mom, his aunt, and many of his family's friends were there. In this podcast, Darnay talks about the Fillmore as he remembers it. He shares stories of a vibrant black neighborhood with black-owned shops, clubs, and restaurants. He reflects on what's become of the area today, but explains how and why he's able to stick around. Here's Darnay.
The Fillmore, well, like I said earlier, it's like more of a family-oriented neighborhood where you can go anywhere, anytime. You didn't have to worry about crime, and the streets were just like full. A lot of restaurants, movie theaters, and it's a friendly environment.
Where exactly did you grow up?
My first home that I remember was on the old projects, right there on Divisadero, between Bush and Sutter.
Okay.
Where you had a Russian Center up there right now.
Okay.
That was all projects, and that's where I was born, right there.
And you were born at which hospital?
San Francisco General.
All right. Okay, and then after that, did your family move?
Yeah, we moved up on Golden Gate and Baker. We was always, in the Fillmore.
Yeah. What kind of things did... So, I guess when you're, you said your memories kind of start at 5, around age 5. So,
right.
What kind of things did you do in the neighborhood?
Well, mostly as I grew up, we just like to bike ride a lot and ride coasters. We built our own coasters. We go to a garage, see if they give us some ball bearings. We'll go to a construction site and beg for wood. So, we just being typical kids. We did our own building, like I say, our coasters, and riding them up and down hills, doing things we shouldn't be doing, like going down the hill on Steiner Street right across Oak, as soon as the light turned yellow. So we're just doing typical kid things.
The kind of things that parents tell their kids not to do, but then when they were kids, they probably did it too.
Well, don't, stay in the neighborhood, which we didn't. Don't go by water, which we did. Fishing, going on dangerous piers, and I still can't swim right today. So I think about all the things I did coming up as a kid. I was lucky. Yeah. Somebody's watching over me. Yeah. We used to ride the N Judah, jump on back of it and ride through the tunnel.
Wow. On a bike or
no,
just
we'd run and
jump
on back
on?
of it, yeah, and ride through the N Judah tunnel. Just imagine if you fell. Yeah. But we had no fear then. No fear. We're just a lot of fun.
Did you keep your eyes open in the tunnel, or?
Oh yeah. And we used to walk through it too.
Yeah. You see anything down there?
No, we didn't see anything but the trains coming. You can see the light, and they had little holes in the walls. So we'd jump in the hole when the train is coming, and then when the train passed by, we'd start walking through again.
Yeah.
Fun. So we just did a lot of crazy things.
You mentioned fishing. So as a kid, would you ride your bike down to the piers, or
yeah,
take the train? Or?
Yeah, we'd go with some older friends that like to fish. I've never been a fisherman, but it was just being a kid and just going with the crowd, having fun.
What part of which piers would you go to?
We'd go down there. Down by it's one down way down off Van Ness. It's a pier, behind
by the aquatic park
High School.
And all that. Yeah.
Yeah, down that way. They had an old pier out at the beach one time, and we used to walk that pier, and the waves would be coming. We used to catch, have some crab nets too. Catch some little bitty crabs. So you catch a lot of crab out there.
To eat?
No, we didn't eat it.
Yeah.
Nah.
Just for fun.
Just for fun.
Awesome. So this is great. Like, what other kinds of things did you and your friends do when you're, 15 or 10?
Well, 15 and coming up then, I was going to high school around 16, 15, and my thing was track and basketball. So I was more into things like that, running track, playing basketball, playing baseball.
Can we talk about the hippies a little bit?
Well, it wasn't hard to adjust to that, because they wasn't bothering anybody. They were just smoking their weed and being, lovable to everybody. So, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Did you get into any of the music?
Yeah, like I said, we used to go out to the Golden Gate Park and people be playing their bongos and all kind of music. And you just sit there and just have fun and just listen, So that was a different generation, but it was a good generation.
Yeah.
It was a good generation. There was more love around with everybody, And it's completely different now than what it was then.
Yeah, and
so
somehow
I think I had a good childhood.
Somehow pot is legal now, but it's different.
Right.
It's
well,
much
then
different.
It wasn't legal.
Right.
The police would get you there.
Yeah. Can we talk about the theaters you mentioned real fast? Tell me about some of those theaters on Fillmore.
Well, like I said, you had movie theaters on Fillmore. You had the Temple, the American Theater, the Uptown Theater, and you just walk from your house, walk down Fillmore, because Fillmore was, like I said, it was always crowded. You had a lot of Navy men, a lot of Army people down there. You had a Woolworths down there. Mm-hmm. Just all kind of soul food restaurants, barbecue. Anything you want was down in Fillmore, because you've never been to California till you've been to Fillmore. And that's why I always called it Little Harlem after I got older and seeing Harlem on TV in New York. And Fillmore just like a little Harlem. It was lit up at night. And it was just, you can hear a lot of blues. Yeah, pool halls, skating rinks, and it was just a lot of fun.
Good place to grow up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a good segue to, do you want to maybe take a look at this book and we'll just keep the mic on and you can talk about some stuff in there?
Well, this is Bobby Webb. He's very known here in San Francisco. He's like my uncle.
Right.
He was raised up with my mom and my aunts, and our families was like families. And he just died about 6-7 months ago, somewhere around there. But he's a legend. He's on the mirror right there on Post and Steiner on the Hamilton wall.
Oh, yeah.
He's on that mirror.
Awesome.
And he was also a DJ with K-Pool.
Right.
So all these people here that's in this book, like I said, my mom is in here, and little Harlem of the West. So it's a good book, and it's history about Fillmore, of things they used to do. I haven't went through the whole thing. This is my aunt's book.
Okay.
So I just borrowed it from her.
And a lot of your friends and family are in this book.
Well, my mom's in here, my aunt's in here, like I said, Bobby's in here, and a couple of friends that I remember as a kid when I was growing up.
Did you go to the jazz clubs?
When I got older, most of the jazz clubs was gone.
Yeah.
During my time.
Yeah.
Because I graduated in '68.
Okay.
So they started revamping Fillmore. That they had plans. They still closed it down in a lot of places. So as I became a teenager, graduated from high school, Fillmore had changed a lot from the '50s.
I read something
60s.
about a lot of those jazz clubs kind of changing over to R&B in the late '60s, early '70s. Does that ring a bell? I mean, some of them remained music places, but the music changed.
You didn't have too many.
Yeah.
You didn't have too many. Because,
Yeah.
like I said, that's when they changed the name. That's when they had the Boom Boom Room right there on Fillmore and Gary. And they still had a lot of blues in there. They still playing a lot of blues to the jazz. And same thing on the Visadero. You had the Sportsman's Club.
Where was that?
That was on the Visadero and Hayes.
Oh.
That was right across the street from, and they used to call it the Hardy Theater. And you had a couple of places on the Visadero, but all the jazz clubs had really gone away.
By the end of the '60s?
Right.
Yeah. This is just another side note. I told you I lived at Hayes and Divisadero back in 2001, and there was a barbecue spot there that I really liked. Brother-in-law's.
Yeah, brother-in-law's.
Remember Brother-in-law's?
Oh yeah.
Man, walk in there and all it was ribs. So it's like, do you want beef or pork?
Oh, yeah.
Pork.
They had good barbecue.
Really good. I was sad to see them go.
But see, the best one used to be Leonard's on Fillmore. When I was a kid coming up,
Yeah.
you had Leonard's, and that was the main barbecue spot.
Was that like one of the places you most get excited about if you're going to go eat at?
Oh,
I know
yeah.
you had good cooking at home, but
Yeah, because you had so many places on Fillmore to eat. It's like I said, you had soul food restaurants. You had fish, a little fish market where they made hot fish sandwiches. Mm-hmm. So you just walk down the street and pick what you want.
Awesome. Is there anything else in the book you want to talk about, or?
Oh no, not really.
Before we move on.
Yeah, just like I say, you just have to go through the book and read about the history of Fillmore.
Oh, Texas Playhouse.
Yeah.
We were talking earlier about the connection between Texas and Louisiana and the South and here.
Yeah, a lot of people from Texas relocated here.
Including some of your family.
Oh, yeah, all of my family.
All your family,
Grandparents.
Yeah.
Webb used to play at Lou's Blues.
He played everywhere.
I knew him about 17 years ago. He used to be the opening act. He was very nice man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Always charming.
Oh, yeah, that's Bobby. He played for a long time. Because my brother's father taught him how to play. And then he's in here too, Roland Mitchell. And my parents were raised up with Etta James and Johnny Mathis. And Johnny Mathis lived in the neighborhood too, right there where we lived. He lived on Lion Street, and we lived in the projects. Bobby Freeman, he was another one that my mother and all them, hung out as kids coming up. Because they went to all girls high, old Benjamin Franklin, right there on Gary. And that was an all girls school. And that's where my mom and my aunts and all them went to school. Well, like I say, you had policemen walking the beat. They weren't driving around in cars. They was walking the beat, and they knew everybody. And they kept the peace, and they respected everybody. They knew people by name. That's why I say it was more like family orientated. I never seen, as I was coming up as a kid, policemen throwing people down on the ground, beating them, and I didn't see all that. Besides on TV, back in the South. Out here it was more laid back.
Yeah. More friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all corporate.
You can be honest, please.
No, it's all corporate and expensive. It's moving the poor people out. It's no African American businesses. You might have one or two, but it's not their building. It's to where they're leasing. Right. And then as your business starts picking up, they might start raising your rent, then they have to move out. Yeah. So it's hard to have a business in San Francisco.
Yeah. I talked with Fernay about that a little bit. I told her, or I asked, would it be the ultimate dream to have your restaurant on Fillmore? Yeah. Or at the very least in the neighborhood? And she said, yeah,
that's her dream. But like I say, it's really expensive. Yeah. You have a lot of places on Fillmore, they open up a business, but they're not there long. We had a cleaners right there in the Safeway parking lot. It was there for years. But now they done moved out because of the rent.
Yeah.
If you making any kind of profit and the owners of the building see you making a big profit, then they're going to raise your rent. So that takes away your profit right there.
Yeah. And it completely changes. It completely upends a neighborhood, right?
Yeah. It makes it hard for anybody that's trying to open up a business.
Yeah.
You have to go outside the city.
Are a lot of your friends and maybe family still around in the area?
No. A lot of people moved out of San Francisco. They're in Fairfield, Vallejo, Vacaville, Sacramento, and so it's very few friends of mine.
Yeah.
that's still in San Francisco.
But you're still here.
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm a city boy.
Nice. And we're glad you're still here.
Yeah. And I live in a co-op right there, so that's the reason why I'm still here.
Okay.
I got that place to 72. So I avoided getting away from this $3,000 a month rent.
Yep.
Because I'm part owner of my, complex to where I live at now.
And where is that place?
I'm on Laguna and McAllister, Laura Miller Homes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right there. And that's where Finney was born and raised. We had cousins lived down in Potrero Hill, Hunters Point. So I was all over the city. I'd be here in Fillmore, then I'm over in Potrero Hill, and then I'm out in Hunters Point. So, that's where it was in those days. We just scattered. Most of us in Fillmore, then some of them in Potrero Hill or whatever. So you always had somewhere to go.
Was it easier to get around back then, you think?
Well, to me it was. It was lots easier. You can get on, I remember before they built the freeway. If you had to go to San Jose, you had to take El Camino Real all the way out to San Jose, all the way to Los Angeles. So it wasn't no freeway. So I remember, I forgot what year exactly it was built, the 101 freeway. But everything, it was the streets. You can ride your bike, go anywhere you wanted to go. Kids like us coming up.
Almost like more of a town than a city.
Yeah, it was. Because San Francisco is surrounded by water, and it's easy to get around. You just go to one end to the other. So it's easy to learn San Francisco. If you come from out of state somewhere, you take a ride around the city. And just go from one end to the other.
That was Darnay McPherson. We featured Darnay's daughter, Darnay McPherson, in episode 14 if you want to go back and listen. Please join us next week when we'll hear stories from another La Cocina entrepreneur, Bernadine Sewell, a.k.a. Pinky Winchester of Pinky and Reds. On the subject of Fillmore Jazz, we wanted to let you know about an art and film opening coming up on June 13th called Juke City. Artist William Rhodes will be showing visual art and film chronicling the vibrant black culture of San Francisco from the 1920s through the 1950s. The show will run from June 13th through August 2nd at the African American Art and Culture Complex. That's at 762 Fulton Street. Music for the podcast is by Otis McDonald. Film photography is by Michelle Kilfeather. You can join us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to stay up to date on everything we do. Find the more than 70 episodes on our website, storiedsf.com, or wherever you listen to podcasts. And if that happens to be Apple Podcasts, and you have a minute to spare, please rate and review the show for us. Send comments or suggestions to storiedsf@gmail.com. Thanks for listening.